Well, I figured I'd give a little update on my new bale grazing method that I'm trying out this year. And there's not a whole lot to say other than it's working really well. As the cold weather continues, the grass is pretty much non-existent out here. I mean, it's still green, but it's just not growing, and I don't think it's providing very much of what they're eating every day. I'm feeding one round bale first thing in the morning, and then I feed another one last thing in the evening. So the idea here being that when you give them a round bale when they're a little bit more on the hungry side, they're going to clean up more of it and not leave as much behind. Right now I'm filming in the evening time, so this is the dinner bale, and I'm all out of hay down in the backfield, so I need to haul several round bales down there, so I'll be ready to go for tomorrow. And one more thing before we can start moving round bales. Part of my evening routine now is I'm trying to attract or keep any barn cats that I might have in here. So what I've been doing is leaving a dish of food out. Now, as you can see, the food is getting eaten because I fill this dish almost all the way up, probably every other day, every 3 days or so. And something is eating the food, and I hope that it's a cat. In fact, I'm unsure because I've never seen the cat eating it. You would think after a while it would kind of get tame and it would hear me setting the dish out, and I would maybe catch a glimpse of it, but I haven't. So what I've done, I've got a trail camera on order, and I'm gonna set that up by the food dish, and hopefully here in like another week or so, we'll figure out what's actually eating this food. Over the summer, I was seeing a barn cat in here, and I'm hoping that's who I'm feeding. But if it turns out that I'm feeding a possum or a skunk or a raccoon or something like that, then probably what I will end up doing is just putting a live trap in there where I've been leaving this dish, or maybe put the dish in the trap, and we'll try to remove whatever varmint it is. But fingers crossed that it's just a nice little kitty, and maybe it's got some friends, and they're just going to be eating rats and mice out of this barn all winter long. I used to see the cat over summer laying on this bale back here, and I figured that his home is probably, you know, somewhere in the back of the barn, like maybe back in there. There's a lot of good places that he can hide. All right, well, that job is done for a few days. It's the next day now, and the thing that's on the top of my mind this morning is getting these piles moved over here. I know, I keep saying weaning's right around the corner. It's gotta happen, and it does. But there are things that have to happen first, and this is one of them. I know I've already showed a little bit of this before with my first loads of gravel, but I just gotta do this today, so let's get it done. She fired right up, but she's a little cold. Well, I think I'm happy with this. It looks good now. We'll have to see after the calves get in here and really pack it down and get everything to settle. We'll have to see what it looks like then. We are ready to feed here on this side of the fence. Let me show you though, I've got some issues on the other side that I got to take care of too. Well, I've got the bucket on the 8N. It's a good time to throw the forks on that thing and pick up these garbage piles that, if you guys remember, this used to be the manger. I've also got my old diesel wagon that will eventually be reincarnated as a bale unroller. It needs to move. And then I've got this little trailer down here with all the T-posts on it. It's got to move as well. The reason being that when I load round bales into these feeders, I need all of this room to make that turn to set the bale in place. This trailer is just, I can't see another use for it, so I'll probably take the T-posts off of this thing and scrap it at some point. But for now, I just need to get it out of the way. I don't know if the camera caught that, but as I was picking up this sheet tin, a rat ran out of there and it hid under this piece of tin. So I just jumped on the tin and stomped on it. Hopefully I got him. Got him. All right. You see that? One day I'm gonna have to clean this up and haul it out of here. Not gonna be a fun job. Thankfully, I don't have to do it today. Well, that really didn't work as good as I hoped it would. So now, more junk removal. I think I'll start with the little T-post trailer here, and I think what I'll do, because I don't have a chain with me, which is unfortunate, but what I'm gonna do, I'll take all the T-posts off of here, or at least all the good ones, and I'll put them in the good T-post pile. We'll throw the bad ones in the junk pile, and then I think I can just poke this thing with the spear somehow and pick it up and move it. So now down to the last piece of equipment or machinery that needs to move, and that is this old fuel wagon. I think the smart way to do this, rather than trying to stick a spear in it somewhere and drag it and just stick it somewhere else, when in reality what this needs to do, it needs to go back to the shop so that I can start cutting it apart and kind of building it up into the bale unroller that it will one day be. I think the smart thing to do here is to just bring some air down here, air this tire up, maybe grab the impact and take this one off, take it back to the shop and put another tire, I won't say a new tire, but another tire on there, and then I can actually wheel this thing home rather than just kind of shove it off in the corner and have to come back and get it another day. Well, I guess we'll end this video the same way we started it. that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.